Okay, so I finished painting the walkway. For the most part it's black. There's the red front where the ditch lights are, and then the side has a little bit of blue for the extent of the cab right about here. It's tough to see in the video, but you can see it in person. So overall I think it turned out good. Next step is just to put a dull coat on the walkway, and then I guess start assembling the model. So real quick, I wanted to show the trucks. These originally were gray. What I did was I sprayed them with one coat of Scale Coat 2 Black. That's the paint that I use for my typical Norfolk Southern engines. It's a flat black. So I sprayed the trucks and the snowplow, but then realized that with the rest of the engine being gloss, it didn't look quite right. So I put one coat of the tester's black gloss on the trucks and the snowplow. Okay, so one of the things I just did was I test fit the platform over top of the actual chassis, and I realized since this was a Union Pacific, the chassis was painted gray, and there were some areas of gray that were poking through that you could see once the chassis platform was on. So what I did was I just took a black Sharpie paint marker, it's oil based, and I really just went over the metal chassis parts that were exposed. And that kind of solved the problem. It was really quick, really easy. I didn't have to use any spray paint for fear of it getting inside the motor or anything, or the gears. So I think that was one step that had to be done just because this was a UP to begin with. Okay, so this is my first chance of actually putting the model together after it's been painted and 95% of the decals installed. I have the main body attached to the walkway, and the cab's just kind of resting on the front. It's not actually attached yet. But overall, I'm very happy with how the paint's come out so far. So my next step will be to put some of the smaller decals on, the white striping along the base, then start working on the LED lights, and then finally install the handrails. But I think it looks good so far. Okay, so I finished all of the decaling on the engine, added the little warning danger signs, added the striping, and some of the stair treads. I think it turned out pretty good. So really the next step at this phase would be to let it dry and then put one more coat of dull coat on it, kind of to seal the decals for good. And then at that point start wiring the LED lighting. I think it turned out really nice. And again, the cab's not on for good. It's just resting on there. I haven't snapped it in. And I just give a look at the back. But overall, I'm very happy with how the paint job and the decaling has come out so far. Alright, so next step is moving on to the LED wiring and trying to figure that one out.